that says pre-show. We are not talking about love. We are talking about there we are. "4 hours flogging in the snow, 4 hours flogging in the rain, 4 hours, 4 hours till it starts again." We'll throw another... Oh, we already have a Doug tag. Right. Right. Sounds like Magnum went chasing something. Hey, Wilco. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little nervous. Hey, Wef. Huh. This is important lore, especially by committee. This morning, I didn't think I was going to make it due to things I was dealing with, but it all got resolved just in time. Hey, that's what matters. I'm glad you're all right. Major chip hazard. Are you scared? We're all scared. You have to be crazy and not be scared. So, we're waiting for the finishing touches of the battle map, or for the gent to say, hey, you put a lot of fucking pressure on me out of nowhere. I don't want to do that. Either or. While we wait for that, let's go over the rules of engagement. So, as detailed in the community post, here's about 1414 technology-wise. So, very, very early firearms. There may be... What the fuck is that message I just got? Oh my god! Call me a midwife because I always deliver. Holy. $14.14 technology wise. Oh, all good. All good, man. Like, that's a solid line. That's Dragon. So, yeah. The year's 1414 technology-wise. There is some light fantasy elements, but largely the 3rd Battalion tends to stay away from that magic-y shit, because it tends to be unreliable. The 3rd Battalion has become... Let's try that again. The 3rd Battalion has begun its offensive on the city-state of Valnheim and its surrounding territories. If they are to be victorious, they must forcibly subjugate the city within 2 months' time due to their insufficient supply lines. Command knows that you're going in here with bare bones. This isn't their main priority, so they don't fully give a shit if it works out. Either way. You are their commanding generals. Your job's to win this fight. You can requisition troops and supplies. When those arrive, you may command and deploy them as you wish. With your tactical genius, this should be a breeze. The consequences of Valnheim's fall would be an excellent victory for the 3rd, allowing a quick push into the region and a potential promotion for you. Tired Shork, absolutely. Today was a very long day. I'm yawning in between every line. You initially sent an operative out to destabilize the region, but unfortunately he defected several weeks ago. Word is he took some troops and supplies with him and is now helping the defense of the city. He has some knowledge of your strategy, which might help sway the battle. Still, you're certain this won't cause any issues in the long run. Be there and make history. The 3rd holds. Hello, Cow. Commander Cow. So, the way this is going to work is, well, first off, I um the clipboard should have a thingy in it. 1 second. Now. We'll get our There we go. Only change I'm going to make with this is that that's just water. There, I think if I do that, and then beep boop. There we go. So, ladies, gentlemen, and otherwise, let's go to war. Let me just reorganize myself. There we go. Okay. So. Your objective is to capture the city of Valnheim. Now, cool thing about Valnheim, they seem to have a bit of a trouble right now. Can't wait for them to pull up tabs. Honestly, that would have been a lot easier. But I chose not to. So, we are currently coming in from the southeast, which is, right where I just blocked. We're coming in from the southeast. This is me talking as your commander, not a shark. Our objective currently is to lead an assault on the city of Valnheim for the purpose of subjugating it forcibly, whether that be through, fucking murdering everyone, or spreading some disease, or, just making life miserable enough that they give up. Does this make sense? I hope so. So, there is a small town over here. We haven't bothered to learn the name of it. We're not fucking gonna. It doesn't matter. Valnheim has a main supply route that goes from the south of it to further territories below, some of which are neutral. Now, we haven't secured an alliance with these places. We haven't conquered them. We haven't done shit. So, we advise against beating the shit out of the people in those areas. It'll cause a lot of issues. Name it Bacana. No. we can name it after we capture it. Okay? If we take the city of Valnheim, we will name this little town whatever the fuck we want. It can be Bacana, it can be Carl, it can be Steve, I don't care. Now, the other issue, as previously stated, we do have one of our own that's kind of defected, wasn't satisfied with his bonus. So he decided to take some troops up, and yeah, he's holed up in that capital with them. Now, main issue for us. We only have a 2-month timeline because this is the town of Chicken Jockey. General, I don't... You can name it after you capture it, General. For now, let's assume that it won't be called Chicken Jockey. So, we have 2 months to complete a siege. I know, bit of a time crunch. That's why we're gonna go in fast. We're gonna go in hard, like a I can't say that. That's incredibly racist. But we're gonna fuck shit up. All right? So, what I need to know is, what do you want at your disposal at the start? Now, you can request whatever the fuck you want. I will see what I can work out. You're not currently command's highest priority, so don't expect the cream of the crop. You may get some troops that might not be all-stars. You might get, if we can't find what you're looking for, we'll find you a suitable substitute, and we will try to get it to you in a timely manner. However, we ain't perfect, and I know that there may be some disagreements among the leadership, but we're going to do what we can to alleviate that. Okay? So, what do you want at your disposal? All sides, every direction, every angle. Okay. So, what Lieutenant Commander Weff is suggesting is an assault from, let's say, across these roads, one below, Do we want them all to converge, or maybe one goes around? We do have some naval vessels. However, I do have to warn you, cannons are not very commonplace. You'll have a little trouble with naval superiority. Valnheim is a bit of a port town. They do have their own little area. And blocking it off for supplies could be very efficient. That's very true. However, who knows? Who knows? You're the commander. I'm not. You could be saying, yeah, go in and fucking attempt to break through their port section. What are we thinking? I'm going to call this layer Wef Strat. Have one of the groups hides in the area that's... Oh, okay. Let me go back to the Wef strategy. The trees in front of the lake. So you're saying that while, let's say, you want to have a contingent of guys hidden in the trees here. Is that correct? So move them up first, get them into position, and then have them able to provide support either for taking this town or for a surprise assault. More back to the lake in that open area. Oh! So you're saying we could set up a nice little base camp here. Okay. That's an alright idea. I like that. So we establish a forward operating base. So then when we have our guys coming back from the front lines, they can, go up, do the fighting, and then they can run back to resupply. That is a very good idea. If we take the town next to us, we might lose troops. Oh! So you're suggesting, at least at this point in time, don't go for the town. Oops. I, General Desmond Blackthorne, don't know why any of this is up for discussion. They're weak and we have them completely outmanned. This is undeserving of my A-game, even with stolen resources. When we take the main threat down. Okay. So you're figuring that after Valnheim's X'd out, then we go for the smaller town. So we don't worry about them for now. Interesting. And you know what? That could be that might be the strategy. It's bridge on the left should hide out to the trees on the left for a later ambush. Okay. So we send some guys up through here, camp out there, and then if the enemy tries to sally out, we can meet them. That's a solid idea. And if they try a sea landing, we'll have guys posted there to watch this area and be able to alert the rest of us if something comes up. That's a solid idea. I say we take the town the way there, and if we lose any men, we'll use prisoners as cannon fodder. Okay. So, Commander Wef, that was an excellent contribution to the strategy planning. I'm going to save this. We're going to go to the Blackthorn strat. So, General Blackthorn. So, what are your thoughts? We'll start from the beginning. Where do you want to initially deploy from? Now, of course, our main area is back towards this area. What are we thinking of? I should probably stop moving this so you can think. You know what? To make things simpler, I'm going to name locations. This will be location A. This will be location B. This will be C. This will be Delta. This will be Echo. This will be Foxtrot. How's that for an idea? I don't know. I'm trying to give you the best possible chance at, winning. Let me just clear this out of the corner. Go back down. This is good. I'm going to see if YouTube is holding General Blackthorn's words, because that does occasionally happen. He tends to be a very violent man. Location scouted, there are only smileys. Well, while General Blackthorn is looking into this, I did say something. Oh. actually. It's reading top chat, I think. Live chat. Probably got flagged. Yeah. Going into RP mode. Yeah. Unfortunately, you might have to be very plain and boring on... I'll screenshot. That works too. General Blackthorn, our communications have been disrupted by the enemy, unfortunately. So yeah, the screenshot will be feckin' excellent. Send it to me, you bitch. There he is. All right. Cutting through the town makes sense. They're probably just farmers and peasants with no real military power. Then we'll just take the city by storm, overwhelm them. So, what General Blackthorn is suggesting is we start off from location Bravo, and we head up towards Echo. We steamroll the town, and we concentrate all of our military might on a full assault. Okay. 1 second, Lieutenant Commander Wuff. General Blackthorn. So, if I'm interpreting this correctly, you're going for a show of force, almost. Win this before we actually get into the fight. We start off in one large gathering. We go straight on through, up the bridge, through the town. We fucking burn it down. We show them we don't care what is going to happen. Because we will win it. And we move up. We camp out right in front of these fucking gates. We deploy. Now, you're saying take the city by storm. So not even just wait them out. Because, to be fair, if we try to wait them out, if they have the supplies, we're fucked. Because we only have 2 months. So you're saying we just get up there and we burst through the fucking doors and take them out. Interesting strategy, General Blackthorn. Now, naturally, it's the optimal strategy. Now, Lieutenant Commander Weff was saying when the group reaches Point Delta, they hide in the trees while the other troops will storm the castle. Navy ships will sail around to help carry troops to the back. Okay. So you're saying around Delta is another hold point. City's well fortified. Recon indicates they have a large amount of supplies. That is correct. We estimate that they can, with their current supplies, last about 2 weeks before they need to either sally out or get a resupply from either their port or from, sallying out. Maybe they can magically grow some shit, but it's not very likely. This is actually a very solid plan. Blackthorn is quick and brutal. See, I've worked with General Blackthorn in the past, and he gets results. Now, I haven't worked front lines with him, mainly because most people who do it fucking die, but still. Split the Delta troops. 25% charge the castle. 75% are on the ship. From the Delta troops. Oh, so you're saying, if I'm interpreting this correctly, we sail in and we pick up troops from Delta to then go and attack, while a smaller contingent of them goes heading towards it. Is that correct? It's not my fault not everyone understands my genius. Well, yes, of course, General. It's purely, maybe, I don't know, people would survive longer. And the same thing with F, but from the back. Okay, so you're saying... So you're saying we send a ship around to pick up the troops from F? Or rather, maybe this contingent here? And then sail them back around? And all of the remaining troops who aren't at a point, just feckin' charge them. Interesting. All right, give me 1 second. How are you doing actual engagements? Advanced wars, dice, draw straws? It's purely going to be like, the way I'm thinking of it is, if it is a one-on-one engagement, I lose. If I can maybe flank your units, then I have the advantage. If I can use the terrain to my advantage for like high ground or something, then we can fucking discuss it, to be blunt. If I have an ambush, I have an advantage. And if we have a type matchup, for example, if I have cavalry that rushes your artillery, like, and I'm talking like a catapult, catapults typically don't do well with a fast-moving target that's coming at them. We hold off on those movements to make it look like we have no army, then we ambush with all of them at once. Okay, so you're saying we get everything into position, our maroon sections. We sail in with our purple. And we get them ready. And once we've all reconvened, everything fucking goes. Warhammer Tabletop plus Fire Emblem Advance Wars. Plus a civil discussion. Now, again, I do have to warn you, our troops that we'll be providing you might not be perfect. They can't read minds. They might occasionally make mistakes. Some of them have their quirks, but we have confidence that you know, as an experienced general, you'll have no trouble, probably. All right. The WEF strategy is excellent. Now, let me go for the M strat. So, the logical choice would be to capture their port, work inside from there, bombard their walls with a trebuchet loaded with rocks or large amounts of horse feces. Oh, God. Small area in the tree stays there for protection. If things get dicey, we send them in to help. Okay. So, if I'm understanding, more idiot pawns. I'll tell them slowly and precisely. Make it simple. Yeah. That typically works. Talk down to your guys so they don't feel like rising up or something, I'm sure. Anyways, so, get them 6. 6 soldiers are weak and can't fight. That is valid. So, what Captain M is telling me is that we should, upon our initial assault, sail right on in there, make a statement, get a foothold on the land, and try to break in. 1 second. Is Petals an asset in this battle? Sort of, but he's not a very effective one. We, as the 3rd Battalion, are not concerned with his antics. We're pretty certain we can take down one guy who cried and ran away. So, Captain M, where are we thinking of infilling from? Are we thinking Point Charlie, Bravo, Alpha? What's your route for the land assault? Because unfortunately, catapults and stuff like that typically won't work too well at that small of a distance. What are you thinking? Sergeant Sam, good to see you. Do you have any ideas on how we should run this assault? Land assault. Ranged units at Point Foxtrot. Okay. So, where do we start from? Because, unfortunately, air travel is not widely used at this point in time. We'd either have to, send them by sea or go from Alpha, Bravo, or Charlie. I see a wall. Have we discussed how to get over or through it? Currently, there is the front gate and the port gate. So, Captain M is suggesting we go for a ranged assault. We set up our firing line. We can set up our artillery units here and maybe along here? Maybe? We minimize our presence, reducing the potential for an enemy ambush. I like this. This has potential. They wouldn't expect the front gate. The port gate's too obvious. Interesting. Yeah. That is true. We could potentially have, like, we could go over the gate. It's always an option. Spear and shield troops attack from behind at the port. Okay. So you're suggesting, if I may, we go for melee engagements mainly here. We do standard, like, go like the Romans, turtle formation. And we go up there, we bash down the fucking gates, and we make it there. Take the spires and the walls of the castle to fully surround them. Yeah. Now, I will probably, I will give you one stipulation. Command does request that we attempt to keep the infrastructure intact. Walls and that, whatever, we can rebuild that. But, like, when it comes to the city itself, we're hoping you don't burn everything down. Otherwise, we've essentially spent a lot of money to capture a shell. Turtle formation, mounted cavalry are requested to back up the artillery. Mounted cavalry, interesting. So we have mounted cavalry. I'm going to assume at the flank of them to break up any potential charge from the enemy. Where's the fun in that? I guess that's understandable. Sergeant Sam, I like your idea. No damage to the wall, just take the spires and surround. Well, to get into the spires, wouldn't we have to get onto the wall or in the wall? Or through it? Or something? Captain M, I love your strategy. I think it's got quite a lot of potential. I'm going to switch to the Sam strat. So, Sergeant, if you still have the time of day for me, if not, understandable, but what's your general idea on this? Where should we infill from? We could start at Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, or we could start up at the C route that I probably should have, named, but I didn't. So, yeah. Nice, Meg. Nice. So, Sergeant Sam is suggesting that, I'm going to switch to my structures brush, we go for some ladders. We could go over on the sides. We could go over the gates. Honestly, that's solid. And a very historically viable strategy. It's how they did a lot. Ladder strat would have to be in addition to an assault that would draw attention. Okay. So the way you put out an oil fire is by setting off a bigger bomb next to it. So, I fucking like this. This is a cool strategy. So, give me some letters, Sam. From what points to what points? I've seen Lord of the Rings. You can push those ladders off. Oh, you absolutely can. Do they have any known magic users? At this point in time, reports are very minimal. They have a couple of fire mages who run the brewery in there, but that's pretty much it. Nobody combat trained. Groups in the trees have archers to protect anyone that takes out anyone in the castle. Oh, you have cavalry and soldiers storm it. Some of the cavalry are still in the hidden trees. Do we have any magic users? You can request some. However, they typically are... They're not as good as people tend to make them out to be. I mean, you could get some guy to whip a fireball, but it ain't gonna be blasting down doors. You could get a smaller platoon of long-range missile units. That could work. You know, send in a requisition. We'll see what we can get you. East side would be good. They aren't guarding the side gate too well. Why would I bother with pathetic magicians? They work magic. Okay, so the Sam strat. We start out at Point Charlie. We make our way to Delta. And from there, we have... Well, first off, we could set up forward operating base here if we'd like. And we can harvest in the trees here. Get our things together. We have blocked line of sight. So, theoretically, they can't see shit if they're just camping out up there. Now, the enemy will have a week or two to prepare. We're estimating 2 weeks. So, hopefully, we'll be all right. And I like this, because we're not relying on stuff like bridges. Because a bridge, you can burn that down. A friggin' city that somebody wants to loot, you can burn that down before we get to it. This, it's a wide open plain. There's not a lot of space for ambushes. We get up here, we stay safe, we build up what we need here. So we put even less stress on our supply line. Archers take to the skies and hide in the trees to keep them on their toes. 3 ships that control the back of the dock. There's some trees on the west coast. Hard west flank. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. Yeah, we could go for those. So have like possibly same time as the Charlie to Delta offense, have an Alpha to Foxtrot. Our supply line's our weakness. Abso-fucking-lutely. And again, this area here at Foxtrot should be excellent for artillery. Like, we've got a wide open area for them. We've got a little bit of trees here, so if we need to camp out overnight, we have a little bit of range cover from them. We have visual cover from this area. And from the front, they can get that intimidation factor of there is nowhere to go. Feels pretty cool when a chat has a great idea for you, doesn't it? Abso-fucking-lutely. I see why you do what you do. Like, I'll admit, I was a little skeptical going into this. I was a little afraid that this was going to be really, really dull. But no, this is turning out exactly how I'd hoped. I'm still scared for when we get into the battle stage. In case of a retreat and they follow, we run past a bridge and take it down so they can't get to us, but we can still get to them with the ships. Excellent. I like that, Wef. You have a backup plan. Because, simple fact of the matter is that things don't always work out the way we hope. We've got to prepare for that. So, secondary movement would be that, as we also have our artillery lines up here. And yeah. So I like that a lot. Make sure all the troops know to flee south. That's fair. And yeah. I always get it right the first time. That's why my father gave me this assignment. yeah, I get it. Your dad's got some pull, I guess. Ugh. Blackthorn, while I have your attention, are you planning on, like, how are you planning on getting through the doors here? Are we bringing a battering ram? Are we setting up artillery to blast through it? Are we doing ladders? What are your thoughts? Are we fucking importing a huge barrel of explosives to just wheel up to the wall and blow up? For the record, I don't recommend that, because the enemy does have, they can throw rocks, and that'll probably kill everyone in a 10-mile radius. But, yeah. Mages are useful for feeding the troops. That is very true. Gron, gron, gron. Oh, fuck's sake, yeah. Brother hasn't told me a lot about war. He was in, but enough to protect the hotel from him due to recent events of him trying to kill me. I'd say a battering ram would suffice. Made from one of the larger trees nearby. See? Blackthorn is suggesting that in our fell swoop, we just, notch out a tree or something over here, and we carry it with us. And we use that as... Now, obviously, it would be a bit more than a tree, but, yeah. A fast, brutal, and concentrated approach. Blackthorn is willing to take losses if it means getting a win. I respect that. So, out of we need mage healers to quickly heal our wounded men, keep them going, keep them hidden and protected. That is true. So, I'm going to put requisitions 1. Things we want. We want... Yeah, this is definitely how you should write up a formal requisition. We need heals. We need boats. Wait, my tablet works! Also have catapults surrounded by cavalry and archers to make sure none of them die. Okay. Oh, wait, actually, what I should do with the requisitions is do them for each strategy. So, with Captain Weff, or sorry, Lieutenant Commander Weff, we're going to have a reliance on healers. That definitely spells healers. We're going to have catapults. We are going to have cavalry, archers, and some sort of ground troop for storming. Oh, and boats. We need boats. And, Commander, if you don't mind me asking, out of our 2-month timeline, how long do you think it'll take for this? Like, 2 months, it'll take about, I'd say 3 days to cross all of this. Like, from Charlie to hotel, unrelated to yours. You know what? Let's say 2 days, 2.5 maybe, assuming no obstacles. It's a long march, but it's only a march. Be funny if like, oh, Commander Weff believes 3 weeks for this battle. Blackthorn tired out his men. It's only barely good enough to do anything to the door. Sorry, sir. I didn't mean to laugh. I had something in my throat. Blackthorn. So, for troops, what are you thinking? Actually, everyone, what are you thinking for your troops? Because I'll just switch to whichever layout I get an answer for first. Oh, well, thank you, whoever that is. I can't currently see it because my thingy's blocking it. Oh, 1 second. Oh, we are getting a transmission from a neighboring country. Oh wait, no, we're going to call from that.
Yo.
Hello. This is my name is Ledger. I work for the 3rd Battalion, and we're just we're wondering, you're you run the neighboring country, right? Or fiefdom, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So look, we're trying to take out this little place of Valnheim, and
Hold on a second. Let me put this on speakerphone.
Oh, okay. You're 1414 speakerphone. Fuck yeah.
Alright. You got me and my lead advisor here.
Oh, I see. Yes. So, like I said, my name is Ledger. I work for the Third Battalion. We are looking. We are not a real battalion, for the record. It's purely a name. We're trying to subjugate's the wrong word. We're trying to sternly coerce the city-state of Valnheim to consider our sphere of influence to be a place of refuge. We hear you're running a little place overseas. Well,
Yeah.
we were wondering if you wanted in on the action.
What does it bring me?
Well, generals, what can we offer the city-state? Hurry! I need to stall for time. Fuck. Sorry, I have a bad cough. Yeah, like that.
I got it too. I understand you. I got it too.
Yeah, see, it spreads over the seas.
It does.
Yeah.
Excuse me, we're supposed to be disease-free. I'm gonna need you to go in the incinerator.
Just like my mother.
Winner.
Oh, well, okay, we...
Oh, so number 237, that?
Well,
Thank you.
so, depending on, yeah, our generals are willing to offer you a week-long stay at, a 5-star resort with 15 bread baskets.
But we got our own bread.
Yeah, but not at a 5-star resort, probably. Okay, we'll up the ante. We'll also give you possibly a portion of the spoils of war.
I thought you said that this wasn't a takeover.
It's not a takeover. We're just...
But you just said spoils of war.
Yes, it's a figure of speech. We're purely...
Spoils of war is not a figure of speech.
I think so. Aren't all things figures of speech? That's what speech is. Just figures. Guys, we need to sweeten the deal.
Phenoms and... figures of speech are just words made up.
All words are made up.
Except for linguistics. There's background and history between them.
Okay, well...
Beefy morpy horpy dorp.
What if we were to offer you... after we've peacefully and forcibly convinced them to accept our suggestions, there's a small neighboring town to the south of Valnheim. We could just give that to you. We'll sign it over and everything.
But why do you want a city?
But why do you want this city? What does it offer you?
Well, Valnheim, as you know, is it's a place of culture and trade, and it offers a valuable foothold into the Northern Isles. It would be quite advantageous for our company to,
The small town. You said it was south?
Oh yeah, just to the south of it.
Just as what's that town like?
Well, depending on which negotiation strategy we go for, it may or may not still be standing by the time we're finished. But if it is, I'm like, I see from my telescope, it's got 2 really big buildings, and I see a farm and a couple other things. Like it's a nice little. It's a village, I guess. It qualifies as a village.
You just told us it wasn't a village.
Yes, well, figures of speech, you know.
Well, you continuously are breaking my trust by not telling me the truth. Why should I help you if you continuously tell me wrong answers?
Guys,
Oh, what a contingency.
I think this might be our last chance with this. Sweeten it up, or we're gonna go Blackthorn's route. Oh yeah, if the village were damaged, we of course would cover all damages.
It does sound good.
Yeah, like we. And you know us, we have a reputation. We're on
I actually
IMDb.
don't know much about you. Across the sea, you're.
Apart from the lackluster negotiation tactics.
I'm gonna be honest, and this hurts me to say because you seem like a really great group.
I am. We are.
But across the sea, you are seen as a little fish in a big pond.
That's. The fuck does that mean? With all due respect, madam.
It means you are not high priority to
Yes.
help or support.
And that's valid, but look. No,
We
Meg,
have
we.
our own people trying to be invaded.
Meg, because I can't
Why?
trust YouTube chat, we can't use slave labor, please. Anyways, continue.
Why should I potentially take away support from my own army and military to help you in your endeavors when I don't know if
I really don't know what's getting promised.
Yeah, I still don't know what's fully promised here.
City
Well-
that might be there or may not be there. That was once a city. but
That
now
was a
it's
village.
Oh, okay.
I mean, then there's also a stay at a 5-star hotel, but it's only 1 week. Like,
I don't
Okay,
see
so,
being able to get through all
let
the
me-
amenity.
Let me recap and clear up the air, because I will admit I did misspeak a couple times. We're gonna make this right. So we're offering you, and I quote, 1 week at a 5-star resort, 15 high-quality bread baskets, a portion of the spoils of negotiation.
How big is this portion?
We don't know yet. We haven't negotiated yet, but we're assuming
We
it's going to be
want at least 1/3.
1/3 of the spoils of negotiation.
At least.
Okay.
that's our minimum.
That's our minimum rate.
I can talk to my boss and we'll see what I can do.
I'm not even speaking to the head. You are talking to the head here.
Yes, because I requested a meeting and everything with you. I
To be fair, we didn't know who the head was. Why can I not speak to the head about this?
he goes to another school. No, he's
From
He's
Canada.
busy. He's in Canada.
It's my Canadian.
You wouldn't know him.
So he's frozen?
No, he's frozen too.
Incinerator.
No, we
I'll bring in the new guy.
Mhm.
No, I am not talking to a Karen. I am trying to negotiate. Okay, are you guys are you guys sure you want to offer that? That's a okay. 50% of the spoils of negotiation is what my generals of negotiation are telling me. Oh, sorry, they're having a bit of an argument. 40% of the spoils of
You already
negotiation.
said 50 though.
Yeah, but I misspoke.
What we
In addition to this, we will also give you the neighboring village that you will be able to name. We will cover damages that are incurred to it during our negotiation.
And how many bread baskets?
Let me see the memo. 15.
What type of bread?
Good bread.
I need more specific.
I need more. Are we talking sourdough? Are we talking rye? Are we talking like the baguette?
Guys,
Talking like
what type
rolls?
what type of bread? Commander Weff, I need to know.
We are very particular about our bread here.
They like bread.
This could be the make or break.
29. 29 what? Sourdough. 100% gluten sourdough.
Keep talking.
Yeah, so
Throw in some baguettes.
can we do baguettes, guys? Do we have those?
We also need security on something.
Oh, and what would that be? What would that be?
That this is an alliance, and you will not invade us or attempt to.
What?
I can promise
Invade?
you will not succeed. We have our dolphins in armor.
Invade? Why would we invade?
You are currently trying to invade another.
No, we are negotiating forcibly.
That's called invading.
No, it's a special military operation.
Technically, it's not invasion. It's.
Whose side are you on?
I'm just trying to clear the air.
I want you in the other room.
I just wanted to clarify.
I don't care.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think we have the authority to offer that.
Then what?
No alliance, no deal.
No. He was saying something about 15% of the troops. We don't actually, like, those are contractors. We can't actually give you them.
Oh, we don't need your troops.
But we can offer you after.
We want.
What do you want?
Without
We
contingency.
want to make sure
Yep.
that our people will be safe. That they will not be. That you will not come after them after this matter.
Now, when you say come after them, like...
Invade, forcibly take, and forcibly, what was it, negotiate or whatever you used? None of that comes our way. In return for that, we will open a line.
Aggressionary act.
That's not what I'm saying. We will open a line of trade. We have a great fishing, farming, and spice export and import.
Okay.
With
Uh,
with a day travel. Dolphins, they get that shit done.
Also, we will provide a special shark for your dolphins to play with.
More or less murder.
And
Dolphins would like it.
The dolphins are kind of psychopaths a little bit.
and one of our artists is willing to draw you with your toes out, if that helps.
No.
Okay, well, I retract that part of the offer. It's worth a try. As of right now, we have no reasons to attack you at this moment. I'll explain everything, Millie. Just give me a minute. Our one general is offering to file your taxes.
community.
Shit.
Now, I have a call on the other line.
Oh, shit. So,
Not actually.
I know. Will you consider this,
We will consider.
Okay.
And hopefully you hear a call back.
Okay, well, yeah, we'll wait on your response.
All right.
And we'd be down to trade eventually. And my one general is saying this is honestly pathetic. No, it's not. It's negotiation.
I'm just gonna fuck around. Let me get to my other call.
Sounds good. You take care, madam.
All right. Bye, bitch.
Bye. So basically, Millie, we are currently the bad guys. We are the 3rd Battalion. We're trying to take the city of Valnheim that Petals is protecting. That was a call with the leader of a neighboring kingdom across the nearby sea. Do we have time for no. General Bear, we do not have time for that, unfortunately. So, I'm sorry, Blackthorn, if this falls through because of your arrogance, I will send my troops to assault your fields. I don't think you're allowed to do that. So, in the interest of time, I'm going to assume the best for each of the strategies we have. So, which of these strategies do we believe is what we should do? Wef's strategy of setting up a forward operating base, hiding troops in nearby trees, collecting them for a final assault, all out. Not a bad start. That's solid. The Blackthorn strategy. What is my role? You are a general in the 3rd Battalion. Your job is to help subjugate this territory. You are a bad guy right now. I like Wef's plan. We have General Blackthorn's plan, which is to start out in the south and fucking steamroll. We're going to go from Point Bravo to Echo. We are going to burn the fuck out of this town. We're gonna steal some trees for a fucking battering ram, and we're gonna bash down their goddamn door. We have Captain M's strategy. Straightforward attack. We don't have the manpower for that. We might. Minor standby elves are good with a lot of planning. Thorny's just a charge, no thought. Captain M, where we take the long route to get there, but we start out to the south and we move on up. We start a artillery barrage from the front while we have a fleet sail in to assault their port side, and we beat the fucking life out of them. Or we have Sergeant Sam's idea, where we have a two-pronged assault. This is the ladder strat. We start off at Point Charlie and Alpha. We move from Alpha to Foxtrot, set up artillery, but also get some shit from the ladders, or from the trees to make ladders. And we go from Charlie to Delta. We set up a forward operating base behind cover. We harvest some of the trees to get more fucking ladders. And then we start a massive barrage up front here to distract from us bringing ladder crews onto this side. What would beating their ports do? The city itself would still be secure, I think. Well, the thing is, if we block their port, then any ocean trade they have is fucked. Like, if we can block that out, they just do not have a way of resupplying from that section. Sam's idea is my favorite, I think. Yeah? So, what I'm going to do... Hey, Mom.
Sorry about the bouncing ball.
Oh, all good.
I forgot.
All good.
So we're gonna try shutting them down.
Yep. Alright, I'll please explain everything that's going on. Oh, it did the thingy again. Sorry. Sergeant Sandbell's plan is similar to mine. It's not that bad. I do go with mine due to being a smart route for blocking the port, hidden soldiers, and an escape plan. Ladder starts so cheap it can be added to another suggestion here. That's true. How are we planning to deal with the Sentinels? Sentinels? This ain't Halo. Ain't no Sentinels here. Now, I didn't ask permission to play this on stream, and I'm not going to. If we split our troops into two groups, how do we foster communication between two groups? Flags and messengers. Yeah, I don't have permission to play this, but it's from another streamer. They did a cover of a Longest John song. They did really well, and I really like it. So while I'm setting up the poll, y'all are going to listen to this, and you're going to smile. Shout out to Milsey Rath.
Come, me boys, and heave with me. Let's get off this. Working to the bell, then 4 hours till it starts again. When I'm back in Bristol town, I'll buy my love a silken gown. We'll lie in each other's arms and rest until that bell sounds in my chest. 4 hours.
Here's the poll.
on the swell. 4 hours.
I've got one more song lined up for us to listen to.
The bell, then 4 hours till it starts again. 4 hours. Hauling on the sheets. 4 hours. Keeping our feet. 4 hours. Wrap me in the shroud, then 4 hours. Lay me in the ground.
Yeah. So yeah, please vote. I am not going to look at the poll until I've set up my defenses. And that way it is completely fair. I do not know what you are attempting or what you guys actually go with. As a former member of the Third Battalion, sorry, I know your general strategy, like your way of doing things typically, but I don't know what you're doing this time. Yeah. Link didn't work. It didn't work? What? Is it working for anyone else non-Twitch? Link worked for me. Huh. Meg, you might have to run to YouTube for a second to vote.
A recruiting sergeant came our way from an inn near town at the close of day.
This is straight up.
My Johnny, you're a fine young man. Would you like to march along behind a military band with a scarlet coat and a fine cocked hat and a musket at your shoulder? The shilling he took and he kissed the book. Oh, poor Johnny, what'll happen to ya?
I love his voice.
The recruiting sergeant marched away from the inn near town at the break of day. Johnny came to with half a ring. He was off to be a soldier to go fighting for the king. In a far-off war, in a far-off land, to face the foreign soldier. But how will you fare when there's lead in the air? Oh, poor Johnny, what'll happen to ya? Well, the sun rose high on a barren
Link.
land
Nah,
with a thin
nah,
red
we'll be
line.
fine.
In a military stand,
I don't have a lot of
shot,
viewers
eight
right
shot,
now.
eight shot two, swords and bayonets thrusting through. Poor Johnny fell, but the day was won, and the king is grateful to ya. But your soldiering's done, and they're sending you home. Oh, poor Johnny, what'll happen to ya? Well, they said he was a hero and not to grieve, with the two ruined legs and the empty sleeve. But they took him home, they set him down with a military pension and a medal from the crown. But you haven't an arm, you haven't a leg, and the enemy nearly slew you. You'll have to go out in the streets and beg. Oh, poor Johnny, what'll happen to ya? Well, a recruiting sergeant came away with an inn near town at the close of day. He said, my Johnny, you're a fine young man.
I haven't seen the
Would
movie,
you
no.
like to march along behind a military band with a scarlet coat and a fine cocked hat and a musket at your shoulder? The shilling he took and he kissed the book. Oh, poor Johnny, what'll happen to ya?
Notice how many soldiers they have. Not a lot.
Oh, Polly, love, oh, Polly, the rout has now begun. And we must go a marching to the beating of the drum. Come dress yourself all in your best and come along with me. I'll take you to the cruel wars in High Germany. Oh, Harry, dearest Harry, mind well what I do say. My feet, they are so tender, and I cannot march away. Besides, my dearest Harry, I am with child by thee, not fitted for the cruel wars in High Germany. Well, I'll
Get your
buy
votes in if
you
they're
a
not in.
horse, my love, and on it you shall ride. And all of my delight
We'll see
shall
you vote. Do an
be
Irish jig.
walking
Nice.
at your side. We'll stop at every ale house and drink when we are dry. Be true to one another, get married by and by. Oh, cursed be the cruel wars that ever they should arise. And
Out of merry England press many a man likewise. They took Harry from her, likewise her brothers three, and sent them to the cruel wars in High Germany. All right. All right. People of Valnheim, sorry for trying to work for the shitty people and destroy literally everything you've ever owned. I'm good now. Just trust me, bro. So hopefully you'll just take my word for it, because otherwise, I really don't have a lot going for me here. Oh, well. So, my name is Pebbles. I'm going to be your defense instructor person guy today, and together, hopefully, we're gonna fuck up the third. Now, at first order of business, I need to know what we have at... It still didn't work. Try the YouTube one! I told you! It still didn't... Oh, it didn't... You're on YouTube. What the fuck? Why is it not working? I did. I'm sorry, Meg. I'm sorry. I didn't see the icon. I thought it was still the other one. I'll put it up again. I don't think that'll magically fix it. Meg, which one would you vote for? And I'll just vote for it. That'll be my vote. And that'll work, because I shouldn't vote for it. Okay, first thing I'm going to do. I hear there's an empire across the ocean, and there's... I need to know what I have at my disposal. We got some neighbors. We can probably help them. So, I'm going to call.
Hello.
Hey, sorry to bug you. My name's Petals. Long story short, the city of Valnheim is having a bit of trouble right now. And
So I've heard.
oh, you have?
Yeah, who are they?
The third?
Yeah, them. They called and wanted us to back them.
Oh, that's alarming, to say the least. Okay. Well, I don't want to push you in any legal bad area, so, like, did you agree to?
No.
Oh, thank fuck.
No. We said we'd explore our options.
Well, I would like to be that option. So,
How can you help us help you?
yeah. So, well, I'll be honest. In the short term, there's not a lot I can provide you, because we're going to be devoting a lot of our fucking resources to fighting these guys off.
Oh, no, we don't need to worry about the short term.
Okay, good.
We're in it for the long-term profits.
That's kind of horrifying when you say it like that, but you know what? That's valid. You gotta look after your interests. I respect that.
I'm looking after my people.
Yeah, and I get that. You know? So... Obviously, tariff-free trading afterwards, I don't think any of the citizens will be any against that at all. So, yeah, we can definitely work something out there. I know we're in a good spot for trading with the guys to the east, so this could be a decent foothold for you.
I mean, we do have a great fishing, farming, and spice trade.
Oh. Luxuries. Nice. Oh, Valnheim has... On this map, they don't have any natural resources, but I assume we have some natural resources that we can trade.
And we're always willing to help out with, free labor and tourism.
Now, when you say free labor...
Not slaves.
Okay.
Not slaves. But not residents.
An open immigration act that allows our people to help your people.
Okay. Do our people get paid for the labor?
Oh, no, we're saying we'll send people over to help.
Oh!
You're going to need help reinvigorating your industry after this lengthy situation.
Yeah.
And I would say, they did give us a really good option. They offered us 15 baskets of bread.
Fuck, that's a lot of bread.
Which included sourdough, and they threw in some baguettes.
No way.
They also promised us the village to the south.
Yeah.
That's our village! You can't...
They said they'd pay for any damages and all that.
So here's what we're kind of thinking.
Okay, yep.
We like to expand our farming operation.
And that village just looks right for farming.
It does.
What we're thinking is with this Open Immigration Act and us helping you help you, what we're hoping is we could also maybe, share the taxes of that little village 75-25 in our favor.
But we will send down some of our greatest farmers to help farm and cultivate that land.
And again, the farm's
greatest potential.
And the stuff we do farm for in that area is, again, free and open trade for all your peoples.
Okay.
Non-tariff.
I mean, can I just bitball what somebody might interpret that as?
Sure.
Yeah, I don't want to cause offense. This is just me spouting random stuff, trying to make sense of things. So, you're hoping to get the taxes of that area and to be able to send some of your guys down to farm that land instead of our guys. Is that sort of correct-ish?
Well, we will still hire your people to help these elite farmers, but they will be there to help create the industry you guys will so rightfully need.
And to help your economy grow and thrive, and to make sure you never run out of those necessities needed.
And not only the necessities, but the knowledge behind the necessity.
I mean, I can't argue with that too much. Okay, so that could work. That could work.
What is it that you need from us?
Part of it, we have about, I'd estimate about 1,000 men strong. We've got to hold out against a force of, at the end of that, we have to hold out for a good 2 months before the the enemy kind of runs out of supplies for their supply line. I would know. Funny story. I used to work for them. I know that they're.
Wait, are you the shark they promised my dolphins could play with?
What the fuck?
Oh, by the way, some of my military are armored dolphins.
What the fuck? Okay. Okay.
They're great fishermen. They, on their off time, they will catch the best and the most delicious fish. And it's some fish you would never think of to use in dishes.
He made a mean blobfish, and I don't know about you, but I've never found that thing anyways appetizing. And God, he knew how to make it taste good.
That would be Sergeant Blubbers he's talking about.
We miss him so.
Oh man.
He's not dead. He's just on vacation.
Oh.
I know. I still miss him.
You know what? That's valid. Yeah. So, I mean,
We are willing to send
Let me ask
some
you
of
this.
our elite dolphins
Do you need an army for defense, or do you need supplies to outlive their supply?
Yes.
bit of both, to be honest. Like, at the end of the day, we could. I don't want to take too much from you, but the simple fact of the matter is, any support provided could be great. If you can keep the coastal waters clear, then I'd be down to continue with just not even asking for food as a donation thing. We could still do proper trade with it, as long as you're, keeping them from blockading us.
Blockade their dolphin. We're just negotiating
Yeah,
for seconds.
yeah. No, I get you. Do they have?
Dara, I needed some water.
Oh, that's valid.
Throat's been parched today. I've been doing a lot of yelling.
Me too.
I'm the seventh one she's hired today.
Oh, well, congratulations on the new job.
Thank you. I think I've been really fitting into my role here.
Yeah.
So far.
Wait, what? Why'd she hire 7 of them?
Well, the other 6 got sick and had to be incinerated.
Oh.
We're disease-free over here.
Oh.
It's more for those very infectious diseases that we don't want our people to potentially die off because.
To protect government officials, we have a system in place where if those people that they are prolonged contact to, if they even have any sign of any disease that may be noteworthy or could kill, for the protection and right of the policy of our government, they need to be incinerated. It just helps citizens stay citizens.
This has been going on for centuries. We just don't question it anymore.
You know what? That's valid.
But we are willing, if you meet our requests, we are willing to send our toad soldiers on our dolphins along with supplies to help you outlive this demanding struggle.
The supplies will not only be that for your citizens, but also some military supplies to protect any shipments for your trade that may be bombarded as we block the blockade.
Okay. Yeah, actually, that'd be feckin' swell. Yeah, that would help out a lot.
In order for this, we need in writing, though, that you will meet all of our requests.
Yeah, so to recap, in return for protection of our northern coastline and some supplies.
There are some toad foot soldiers.
Oh, and
It may be small, but they are mighty.
Small? Like,
They're just a little
They're
short.
a little short in height, but what they lose in height, they make up for in spirit and anger.
we talking
They are
dwarves
very
or
Smaller.
dwarf children?
No, they're not children. They're fully grown.
Okay, okay.
We don't send children to battle. We're not inhumane.
That's
Think
fair.
of a person, and then think of that person if you didn't put them in a cup of water so they could expand.
Yeah.
I'll admit, You employing the gingerbread men, or what?
We call them the toads.
The toads.
Yeah,
They're an elite force that are great for doing recon and night work because of their short stature. They can hide easily and they move fast.
Out of curiosity, their combat prowess, like,
I've seen
Murderous villains.
I've seen one murder a whole village just because
Just with a stick.
With one stick, and he did it because they didn't have the right team. We did have to incinerate him. He did get sick, sadly, but a lot of them learned from him before he went.
When did this happen?
Last week.
Was it the southern village?
Yeah.
Oh, they made great bread.
oh,
They're fine now.
There's
okay.
only like 5 to 50 of them that got sick. It's all in the ledger.
I'm behind. All right,
You take 1 week off and you get 2 weeks behind.
No, I didn't take any time off. I've been busy dealing with the other stuff.
I'm still here.
Sorry.
But
Yes.
look, so in return for the toads, protection of the northern coastline,
Don't forget the armored dolphins.
with armored dolphins, and some supplies to help us hold out.
And weaponry.
Oh yeah, and that too. You would like some, the small village to the south of us. You want the 75% of the taxes from it, and to be able to bring some of your people over to farm
My
that
elite
land.
farmers. Some of the elite farmers.
Okay.
We have a great farming program over here.
So I've heard.
I mean, we trade, but most of the stuff we use in our food is grown right in our perfect land.
Okay.
I wouldn't say perfect, but our great land.
Okay. Yeah.
You told us not to say it's supposed to be perfect land. Are we changing it again?
We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
I'll call
Well,
on the next guy.
I'll have Mr. Mr. Wilhelm von Poop, the coordinator of defense here. He'll draft us up a contract, and yeah, we'll get that shit signed. I'm down.
Okay.
Fuck yeah. Pleasure doing business with you, Miss Blorg.
She's Blorg the Third, actually.
Blorg
She just
the
doesn't
Third.
like the third.
Understood.
Just don't know. You're not supposed to say the third. It makes her a little angry.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, it's been a pleasure, Miss Blorg.
As it has been with you,
All right.
Mr. Bubbles.
That's almost my name. That's okay. Shake it off. So yeah, you take care. I'm gonna go back and see about not dying.
Alright.
Fuck yeah. Take care.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Holy fuck! Okay. So with that, who's in call? That was me and my totally not sister. Might lose if Blackthorn's plan gets chosen. I don't. I remember good old Blackthorn. He was the one who said that my assignment was kind of stupid. Made me kind of sad. So, we're going to have, in orange, we have support coming in from here. We have defense, we're going to say, around our northern coast. We should be able to fend off most attacks from the sea currently. That actually really fucking helps. Additionally, I'm gonna say we have, we'll say 3 frog units. Now, these frogs, I don't know fuck all about them. But what I do know is that if I put one here, one down here, want me to give a small hint to the votes? Nope, I do not want them. I do not want to know. And one here. Because I'm figuring if the third decides to don't give me hints. If the third decides to set up artillery, they're either going to do it over here and along this tree line, or they're going to do it along here. I don't believe they would do it at Point Gamma, because that's just not... there's too many variables. Now, one thing I am going to do is I'm going to burn the fuck out of this bridge. I'm just doing that off the bat. We are fucking destroying that. We do not have allies to the south that are currently willing to help. We need to slow this enemy's advance as much as we can. Now, we could, in theory, have some guys chilling out, and then when they see them on the horizon coming this way, burn it down. In fact, you know what? That's a good idea. So, we're going to have our lime green units. We're going to put a contingent of guys here specifically for the purpose of going to burn this shit down. As for this bridge, I don't want the enemy taking this big area as their way in, because that is very indefensible for me. And what did I just do? There we go. Like, if they go in from here and here, I don't have the troops to beat that. Off them before they can burn it. That'd be cool, but we're not exactly working with a crack team here. We're working with a team of crack addicts. Meg, don't metagame. Yeah. Yeah, you're not M right now. Now, I could potentially have a guy here to burn this bridge, but I don't think I'm gonna. In fact, I think I'm gonna let them go through this. I might sabotage the bridge a little, like, you know, take out the odd board or two, make it harder for a wagon to get across. But I'm not going to destroy this bridge. I'm going to make it seem more preferable to spending an extra day to go around. Plus, with the town so close. Now, obviously, the trees are our main advantage here. So, I will have one small, and I do mean small, contingent of guys here. Purely because I don't think we'll get overpowered here. But if we do, then there's a fucking problem. Plus, if the third does set up their artillery line here, then we have somebody outside. And once they've settled in here, we can fucking burrow into them. Now, obviously, we're going to do the whole archers with a line of melee units. But problem is, we don't have the numbers again. So what we're going to do is we are going to set up a temporary structure. We only have 2 weeks, so I can't just build a fucking wall. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't. And if I did, I would probably build it like that almost. Except I don't have the troops to... I'd basically build a secondary retaining wall that we could retreat from afterwards. We don't have that luxury. One thing I am going to do is dig a fucking pit. Not a massive pit. Just a foot or two. I'm going to dig a fucking pit. So when their guys are running up, they're going to have some slight issues. Plus, if there is a battering ram, which the third is known to do, that's going to fuck it up if it's on wheels. Now, I'm going... Is it a Brad pit? You son of a gun. I'm going to build a frail thing of visual... No, I'm not. Ah, damn it. I'm trying to think, and it's not good when I do that. Okay, well, let's go back to troop placement. We're going to have a small contingent in here. We'll have a literal, like, 2-man scouting unit down here. Just to be like, oh shit, they're coming. I want the battle to be at this village. Now, one thing I'd love to do is set up a forward operating base in this clearing. However, I don't have the resources for that. So what I'm going to settle for is having some dudes in the fucking trees. Additionally, any cavalry I have, I want to set them camped out over here. Because I need eyes on what the enemy's doing, and I need it now. So the second they see some shit, well, let's go fucking horse archers, actually. They have their little camp here. You know, if the enemy decides to come try to take it, whatever. It's a fucking campsite. But they can chill out here, and they can do their rounds. Just, you know, if they see a caravan coming along, they come by, they take some pot shots at it, and then they come back here, get some more arrows, go to do another run. Now, I will do yeah. I'm going to do a I don't know if I want to do no, the tree should cover that. Sorry, I'm thinking out loud again. We're going to put guys here, guys here. And honestly, with that, we should have just enough to man the walls. With the ocean dudes taking care of that, I'll have, again, just a one guy lookout, but it shouldn't be a big problem. The rest of them will have this part loosely defended purely because if they do decide to attack that area, they have to cross my entire area that I can shoot out into. Are we the baddies? Yes. But we can have all over these front walls. And this part, we'll have a couple, but not a lot. But this front part is going to be heavily fucking defended. As well, we're going to make this terrain as fucking miserable as it can. In the coming weeks before, we're going to make this road as shitty as we can. Whether it's we mud it up, or we fucking smash a bunch of beer bottles on it, I don't care. We are going to make this suck. Because it is in this section that we are going to have our ambush. Because sure, we can just take some shots at the trees and let them know we're here. Or we can let them go through, and once they get in this part and are all slowed down, that's when we strike. And I think that's what we're going to do. I do want one boat. And that is purely if the enemy crosses into point Delta, I want to be able to circle around. One fucking boat. That's all I need. One boat. I think we can do this. Also, here's me. And here's Mr. Poop. How big a boat we talking? Not huge. Not huge. I don't have the resources for a big boat. Left for evil. Blackthorn's cartoonishly evil. M is calculating, but somewhat petty evil. Okay. Let's see now. Whose plan? We have a tie. Kaz. Whose plan do we go with? Have we raised the local farmland? We need that later. Blackthorn or Sam? Blackthorn wants a fast, brutal assault. Oopsie daisy. Blackthorn wants a fast, brutal assault. And Sam wants a two-pronged assault with ladders. We have 2 months to do this siege, which is not a lot of time. That's where Blackthorn's coming from. He wants to start off down here. He wants to burn the fuck out of this village. And Blackthorn? Ladies, gentlemen, and otherwise, General Blackthorn takes the lead. So let's see if my strategy counters that. So, unless there are ports on the back end, you don't need two-prong. There is a port on the back end, but Sergeant Sam's strategy didn't cover that part. So, okay. This actually... Holy shit! This might be the only scenario that I win. Like, the Armored Dolphins and the Frog Squad was fucking... Okay. Let me tell you how this battle would, in my strategically sound opinion, work out. So, General Blackthorn, day one. He looks at the map and he's like, hey, point B. B is for Blackthorn. We're going there. Meanwhile, Petals, now receiving support from the nation across the ocean, is like, okay, seatbelts everyone. He gets ready to burn down this bridge at Alpha. And he's like, you here? You better be fucking ready. Our lives are on the line. So keep your eyes fucking peeled. They're like, okay, you guys here, can I switch to Pell's side? after the stream. Until then, you are brave, proud generals of the Third. We're river quawing this shit. I don't know what that means, but probably. So, Pedals spends a lot of work muddying up this road and getting this beautiful ambush into position. Meanwhile, General Blackthorn is like, well, I see a bridge. We're gonna go over it. So he starts marching over the bridge. Pedals lookout here spots them as they enter the field. And he's like, oh shit, guys, we got a problem. Bulk of their forces are coming from here. Okay, well, let's get position set. So, Pedals most likely would still keep these guys in position, expecting a secondary, he'd expect these guys to branch off. I'm now seeing the fort on Point E. Oh, it's a village, but yeah. Blackthorn's plan was to go through it and as a show of force, just fucking burn it. So, Pedal's archer contingent, as Blackthorn's troops are going through, some of them... Why was the blitz not through flat land? That'd take more time. And plus, if we go... And this is me just going over through his mindset. If, where's my cursor? If we go through here, then we're getting attacked by these fuckers down here, and that's bad. Blackthorn fully believes at actual planning and defense. And that's the cool thing when you're in a large company like the Third. The best plan doesn't necessarily win. It might be objectively by far the best, but I am a genius. Yeah. Blackthorn's dad put him in charge of this mission, so he knows what he's doing. So as Blackthorn's men start to cross the bridge, the horse gang attacks. Whoops, that's not the area. The horse gang comes down, and they start pounding the fuck out of the back of them. Blackthorn's guys are like, okay, well, this fucking sucks, so let's go across the bridge. But of course, the bridge has been kind of sabotaged, if you recall. I can't remember if I retconned that, but fuck you, I'm re-retconning it. The bridge is sabotaged. You can still get across it, but the crossing is slow, meaning these archers, they get their fair money's worth. So, Scout here runs back to tell the others Blackthorn is arriving. So, Blackthorn's advance has gotten to here. These troops here, they're fucking scared. Because they see this huge freaking, this isn't a penis, they see this huge group coming at them. They're a little fucking scared. Now, they have been given orders to flee if necessary, but the objective is to hold out as long as you can. So they try, but Blackthorn, in a show of very impressive force, fucking wipes him. The frogs and these extra contingent try to hit them from the side. It helps, but it doesn't work. So, Unfortunately, these two contingents are no more. And this third one. Petals, upon seeing this, signals, hey, fuckers, we're abandoning these two areas. So he has these gents sneak this way. This guy goes sort of to... He's still at the lower part, but you know. They get ready to strike. Blackthorn continues. And oh! This was unintentional, but you know what? It works out fucking perfectly. Look at this! Blackthorn decides to stop here for a moment. Catch your breath, get some trees, build the battering ram on site. That's good. So while his guys camp down for the night, Petals dudes strike. He moves them there, and yeah. 3-pronged assault, I guess 2.5, because the frogs are fucking tiny. But they go. Now again, they do not kill everyone. We just don't have the manpower. We do not have the firepower. But we take out a decent amount. They retreat. And they begin an exodus towards that section. Except some of them do. Some come up to help this. They do not go to this section because that will blow their cover. That'll direct enemy attention to that area, and if they look, they're gonna see them. But yeah. We send additional contingents inside. Honestly, now that I think about it, we'd probably set some of them outside, ranged units of course, to just pelt them with some arrows before running in. Blackthorn's a stubborn bitch nugget. So, Blackthorn's troops, tired, pissed off. A couple of them are covered in arrows. But they're still fucking tough. They've still got it. So they start hauling this huge ass thing. Now, spoiler, when they get to this part of the road, and they start turning this way, these fellas here are like, hey, their back's turned. But we can't really do too much. Now, unfortunately, the horse archers, they after that first offense, they wouldn't be able to do too much, because they'd run back, they'd go again, they'd see, oh, well, they've crossed the bridge. We need to wait here and see if anything else comes. Which it doesn't, but they don't know that. And we don't have a reliable way of signaling them. These guys are pretty much out of the game until they run low on supplies. Which should be in a couple days. They'll at least send a guy back to grab some stuff, and when he sees the enemy at the gates, he'll probably go and get the others. I hope. I didn't think of that, so I can't rely on that. Anyways, Blackthorn decides to go, and as he's going up, ambush number whatever. While they're within this area, this contingent strikes out. Cover of trees, baby. And when the enemy tries to, follow, we've got this fucked up road. Our guys know what's there. maybe we could have a path in, but I honestly, I don't think so. And while these guys are attacking, these two contingents also strike in. Now this, actually, I say that. Fuck, no. It would be smarter to only have one of them strike in right now, but I didn't think of that. So, they both strike in. By now, Blackthorn's destroyed a lot of my resources. I would say these two contingents are wiped now. This one's probably wiped. This one's, like, damaged. And we'll say the frogs are wiped again. This one's damaged. They've retreated. Our guys, honestly, would probably either retreat across the bridge or towards the castle. However, they shouldn't go to the castle because they're not fucking getting in. Probably hit him pretty hard in the process. I hope so. Now, by now, this is where the psychological thing comes in. Because Blackthorn's dudes... I mean, Blackthorn's got a reputation here that we've seen. He's displayed it pretty well. And the one problem about commanding respect through fear is that when the conditions override that fear, your guys don't give a shit. They'll fucking go. I would say around this point is when Blackthorn's dudes start to peter out. They might not desert. Think we can have battle music over this? When it's edited into a video, it will. Anyways, our contingents out here, I don't know why I'm calling them contingents. It's just literal couple dudes. Excuse me. They retreat or get wiped out. In all honesty, I don't care. Blackthorn comes up, where he reaches his final obstacle. Now, that's not cool, because it's a fucking hole. He got a battering ram. They brought the wheels. It's all good. There's a fucking hole in the way. So naturally, they need to fill this hole to be able to get through it, because otherwise the shit's gonna get stuck. So they just fucking have some guys, big shields, throw fucking scrap wood. I don't know. I actually don't know how they go against that. I haven't looked at any historical cases of how they counter a big fucking hole. That said, I would assume that he would also get some ladders and attempt to get some leg up. The Brad Pitt. Yeah. Gravel usually. Do you know how expensive gravel is? Jokes aside. Now, we're up against the wall here. I'm not gonna lie. Our friends from across the ocean, we definitely gave up a bit fucking too much. I don't know General Blackthorn's budget. That's fair. Gravel is worth its weight in gold. Or rather, gold's worth its weight in gravel. Yeah. This village is fucked. So, we're gonna have to deal with the consequences of that. Whatever. As Blackthorn's dudes are freaking out a little, that's when tragedy strikes. And by tragedy, I mean me. Our guys come up from here. The last of their arrows starting to fly. Same with these guys. And some fresh troops. A fucking contingent of cavalry come in to swipe through the ranks. Back and forth, repeated charges. That, along with the fire from the walls, I believe that my defenses can counteract General Blackthorn's plan. But I leave that final decision up to you. Oh, that's only one option. Have I made a compelling argument? M dies no matter what. Oh yeah. Blackthorn. I'll leave that choice to you, and then leaving one option would be in character. Abso-fucking-lutely it would. That was unintentionally the best ending I could have given it. Fuck. That was actually fucking nerve-wracking. Like, and to be blunt, this barbarian had no plan other than to haul to the castle no matter what. Yep. Because Blackthorn is the sort of leader who sees an objective and a clear path and nothing else. He sees his guys as tools, and he sees opportunities as annoyances. And these sorts of people do exist. Maybe not as comically evil as Blackthorn, but they do. And they sometimes get put in positions of authority, and you see things like this. Maybe not on a military perspective, although I assume that does happen as well. But at an industrial perspective, there are some guys who will beat their head against the wall, or rather, their underlings against the wall until they break through it. And this is an example, albeit, a bit hyperbolic, of how that can backfire. Think we can see the other plans and how they would have worked? Yeah. I'll give you guys my honest and... Okay. Regardless of who says this, or who... regardless of who you guys think wins, I want you to know that I love you. Fuck yes! Now let's go through all the other ways that could have gone so fucking terribly. I accidentally deployed on the same layer as the plan, so give me a sec. Am I forgetting anything? Right, the oranges. M isn't a full scumbag. Few redeeming traits, loyalty. Okay, so Wilku, I want to properly thank you for playing General Blackthorn as well as you have. You did it well. I appreciate that. Act like Navi for a minute straight just to piss off a side's commander. But yeah, Wilku, I wholeheartedly appreciate your performance. First off, Weth Northington's strategy. This will be with my personal opinion of how this would have worked. "'Cause you pebbles the shark." So, if you recall, Wef's original plan was 4 prongs. Starting off the Alpha to Foxtrot, that would have been thwarted pretty quickly due to my contingent right here being like, oh, they're coming, burn down the bridge. Which I believe would result in Wef's not contingent. I keep using that word. I'm using that word wrong. Moving along to link up with the others later on. So, by burning this bridge, and with him specifically saying, hey, leave that town alone, because we'll deal with that shit later. Like, we don't want to cause undue harm, and it could be useful to us. That's valid. So, the side effect of that is that now this group at A is moved around, and they move slower. You keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it does. So, Bravo and Charlie, excuse me, meet up around Point Delta. Now, Bravo swings by to, they swing by the horse camp. The horse camp initially sees the Charlie group and sends most of its guys that way. And when they're turning around, out of ammo and fresh from the fight, they see this Bravo group coming up here. That's bad for them. I think the horse archers get not annihilated, but badly fucked up. Especially because Wef explicitly says cavalry and archers. Fortress is defensible. 2.5 sides surrounded by water. I'm assuming that one field is mostly flat. That's correct. I initially was going to have this section being lower than this section, but nah. So yeah. Wef continues, and when his guys meet up at Delta, they start to head downward to make a base camp here. My fellas don't allow that. So, realizing that there ain't no rest for the wicked, and a group goes into here to hide. They meet up with these guys. Fighting ensues. I think because your guys are explicitly better than mine, these guys get either wiped out or badly injured to the point of being non-combat effective. And because these guys are focusing on this, they can't actually help them. So I think Wef takes out that unit just fine. Now, I think the bulk of their offense would be taken out in this engagement. I really do. Sea and lakes conditions. Wouldn't they be extremely rough or really rocky? Probably, but I didn't think that far. I didn't. Either way, oh, whoops, I forgot. We have the fucking, Dolphin Squad ready to fuck things up. Which, I'm gonna be blunt. The armor-piercing dolphins, the armored dolphins are gonna fuck you up. That was a bit of a Deus Ex Machina. For the record, let me read off the text I gave Amber for playing her character. I said, here are your plot points to build yourself off. Your nation has been neutral to the city-state of Valnheim for decades. You don't particularly like the invading organization, the Third Battalion, as they have a reputation. You don't, however, want the Third to turn its sights on you, as you probably couldn't take them in a full-scale war. You also have no idea who the fuck this Petals dude is. I literally said, my brain-dead Twitch chat might offer you a trip to Fiji if you supply me with poison grain. Bribe the dolphins with pufferfish. And yeah, like, the call was scripted? No, the call was suggested. I gave her points to work her character off of. And I was like, the third is scary, but the third is more likely to win this. So do you, like, you should want to fucking, you should want to side with them for self-preservation. I think my delivery as Ledger played into her changing, or not changing, but choosing Petal's side. I have a brain. You're not in Twitch chat. Stupid YouTube chat. Anyways. Yeah. I think the main momentum of Wef's assault ends when they get ambushed making camp. So I believe that's how that one goes. But what do you think, Wef? Well, I have you know I don't have a brain. As the leader of the plan, which for the record, I fucking liked your plan. I genuinely did. I thought this was a very nice spread of resources. I liked that you were very considerate of what was going to happen afterward. The only part that I considered strange was going, and maybe this was me misinterpreting it, but sending a boat to collect guys and have them sail to the port. But literally, other than that, honestly, I think I do the same fucking thing. Well, actually, I think I would concentrate a large portion on this section purely because fuck them. Only because I was Twitch chat. But yeah. No. That was a solid strategy, Wef. To be fair, I never really thought about the rest of the points, so you can take the one. Hey. This never happened. This was just a hypothetical of a commander that was probably more competent than the one who was selected for the mission. But that's what happens in a system like this. It doesn't always end up being the best idea. That's part of what this is supposed to display. Next one. Blackthorn. Fuck you, Blackthorn. Captain M. M strategy. I'll explain how M would have adapted to the changing conditions. Alright. Because, yeah. First things first. Absolutely. This shit gets burned down fast. Falling upwards. Oh, failing upwards. Yes. That's my career. So, Meg, I'll set the scene. Your boat crew's going down here when they're set upon by a shit ton of animals. We're talking dolphins with some fucking solid armor. My arm's bleeding. Regardless. As your troops come in from Section Alpha, some fucker comes by and burns the bridge on you. So rude. Where would you have gone next instead? Ba-ba-ba-bum, bum-bum-bum, ba-ba-bum-bum-bum. Ba-ba-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Meg, hurry! Whatever you have in the text box, just press enter. Let me commentate. Come on! There we go, thank you. The bridge brings up trebuchet right at the bridge. Fire to see if they can hit from there. If yes, continue shelling. If no, pack up and get around the long way while sending the horses ahead. I'm going to say that while it's close, it's not quite enough. I mean, it is a trebuchet instead of a catapult, so it's a little better, but yeah. So we do the diversion. Long way. Sending the horses ahead to scout. Okay, that's a solid idea. How deep is the river? Deeper than your mom. We'll say it's pretty deep. Comes from a natural spring in this lake that is slightly elevated, and it's pretty fucking wide as well. Flows directly into the ocean. Horsemen are armed with halberds. Okay. So, horse dudes come up. Pell's guy sees them, and he's like, oh, shit. Okay. So he tells everyone. Meg, your guys come across a town, your horsemen. What would they do? Hanses can swim, but all that armor getting wet, it wouldn't be fun. Yeah. Like, you definitely can cross the river, and it's not rapids. Like, you could. Roll for initiative. No, if I wanted to do this D&D style, I would get fucked up. Because it would be a bunch of level 1 fighters against a bunch of level 3 fighters. You know what happens? The level 3 fighters win. I mean, action economy is pretty important, though. I don't know. Anyways, Meg, do you burn the town or not? Level 1 soul roll 20s, yeah. And the simple fact is, with the amount of them, statistically speaking, you're gonna get quite a few. Level 3s roll 1s. That is also possible. Fuck, I have a Renaissance fair tomorrow. Burn it. Okay. So Meg goes, the cavalry themselves, they do some runs, but they're not exactly, you know, not exactly anti-infantry sort of thing. Or not infantry, anti-fucking building. And personally executes any resistance. Okay, so you're like a super piece of shit. Neat. So there's a lot of fighting, bit of whittling down as my guys come in. But honestly, yeah. Although, wait, I forgot. Oh shit, I just realized. My horse archers would see your cavalry coming up and be like, oh, we should follow them. And then as they're coming up, that's when the bulk of your army would come, and my bum rushing strategy wouldn't work. Intentionally or not, your faster units going ahead would effectively counter that tactic of mine. I don't know if that was intentional, but if it was, that was fucking smart. We're gonna assume it was. So, the cavalry, they wouldn't be that great against people shooting at them from the fucking trees, though. So, I think cavalry would retreat so that the bulk of the army can catch up so they can effectively deal with these troops. And they would. It totally was. You got it. And to be blunt, they'd fucking destroy them. And they'd head up. And as they get... Sorry, they'd probably want the siege engines to go across the road. That would fucking suck for them. Because now you get this part migrating over here. These two attacking. Same with this guy. Wow! Another multi-angle assault from a large group. Several larger groups. It fucking, like, it's good. I don't think it would kill your guys at all. Like, not at all. I don't think it would end the assault. But I do believe it would have an effect. Now, with your strategy of cavalry scouts, I assume that you would continue that. Meaning, you'd bring them over here just to see if you can draw anyone out. And honestly, it would probably fucking work for some of them. Like, you would definitely know there's something here. generally are ahead after an engagement. Okay. Shows you how much work I do with cavalry. Fuck all. Anyways, so yeah, you'd be alerted to those, and probably after wiping out this resistance here, you'd probably choose to not set up there. Probably go for maybe here with a line defending against that section. Boat strategy when I get the phone charge. I'm gonna be blunt. I think the Dolphins counter the boats pretty well. And my boat as well. My boat isn't as cool as your boat, but yeah. I'll put her on hold just to make sure I'm understanding. But yeah. Yeah, honestly, this could work, because by having a scout in that area, like, you'd be able to plan against my ambushes, set up a defensive line, be out of range of me, and fucking blast a hole in the wall with the trebuchets. I think Meg's strategy fucking does well here. Also, I think after the first ship gets knocked, they'd probably be like, okay, let's take an early landing, and then they'd come join the assault. So, like, I think Meg wins this one if we went for this strategy. Now, for the final one, the Sam Strat. The one you've been waiting for. If you were waiting for the last one. Because this is the last one. So Sam doesn't really bother with the ocean, which honestly, that's valid. Are you here currently, Sam? If not, I will ad-lib. So, bridge gets burned off the bat. So Sammy's dudes have to make a detour. Now, I think they would see this bridge and go, fuck no, because that is a settlement. We're an artillery unit. I mean, we do have some ground troops, but I don't think they would take that risk. I think they would go follow the road to come around. Excuse me. Which, having the artillery come in last, while it does slow you down, like, slows down the overall project of it, that is actually a blessing in disguise, because that means I don't have a lot of opportunity to destroy it. So, he sends his Charlie Delta group in. Horse archers start making their harassing attacks. Eventually, when they hit Delta, they keep coming. At this point, we signal for this crew to start sailing over. Honestly, you'd probably want to do it before, but I didn't think of that. So, shut up. So they get into an altercation as they try to set up an operating base here. As when they go for harvesting some wood, some of the fuckers who go into the woods don't return. And after the third watchman gets an arrow through the skull, they realize, these aren't very nice. So they get fucking jam-packed with a fucking multi-pronged assault. Now with that, they would either be driven along the coast, which would not be good for them, or they'd do a temporary retreat, and then when the artillery and additional unit caught up, they would come back in. In which case, I do believe they would have the power to push through. So they'd come back, they'd wait for a little bit, maybe hit the camp, I don't know. But eventually, the whole group decides to come through here. And by now, we'll assume that these groups have been fucking obliterated. Now, our lookout down here, he probably saw them there, so he probably told all them to get ready for whatever's coming down here. So this group here, I don't think they're going to be much of a problem for him. I don't think they'll go up. I didn't instruct them to. So, Sam gets some of his ladders made. His force is a bit smaller than before, but you know what? It's fine. And he wheels his artillery along the road. They come down here, and wha-bam! Combat sandwich. Now, our guys are specifically targeting the guys who operate that shit. Because once they take them down, that shit's gone. I fully believe my entire defense hinges on being able to take these down. If I do take them down in this engagement, then he doesn't have a big boom to take me out with. Or rather, he doesn't have a big boom to distract me as he sends his ladder brigades up. I think Sambael's strategy has potential. I think it would come down to army performance and timing. If these boat guys don't show up at the right time, which, to be blunt, with my technology and planning, they probably wouldn't show up at the right time. If that's the case, they can break off pretty easily, and I don't inflict nearly enough losses. They get I lose the benefit of the element of surprise. Yeah. If I can eliminate the bulk of the force in this attack, then I think I'm fucking set. But that is a very big if. So 2.5 out of 4 scenarios, I have a decent shot of winning. It's not guaranteed, None of it's guaranteed, for the record. Sam's strategy keeps things under budget and keeps them going smooth. M's strategy, it's quick, efficient, and it fucking works. Like, yeah. Having that scouting cavalry actually really helps. Because what it's doing is, it's foiling my ambushes. I didn't think ahead to be like, oh, I'd better warn my guys that, yeah, don't engage if it's a small, fast-moving unit. I didn't say anything. And these are, you know, very low training people. So, they don't have the discipline. I don't think I effectively counter this. Blackthorn, we saw, that is like the dream scenario for me. And Wef's strategy, the one that I would probably do myself. Yeah. Honestly, I don't even know if I would win that. Like, when I think back on a lot of these, I'm like, oh yeah, I could totally win that. But now I'm rethinking it. Like, they'd go, some of it would get attacked, and they'd probably reroute it south, which means they could actually come down here. Granted, these guys would be waiting for an order that never comes. Yeah. I retract my statement on yours, Wef. I don't fully retract it, but purely because setting up this section is what completely would have, like, that's where I would have a potential victory. In the future, when I do these, I will set up my troops on a separate layer beforehand so that you guys know for sure it's not me just going, oh, well, one of the plans has them doing this, so I'm gonna go here. Yeah. I had fun with this stream. What do you guys think? Yeah, this is the stuff I like. This was awesome. Good. I'm glad to hear it. Fucking, I'll admit, Kaz came in clutch with choosing Blackthorn. I'm gonna save this as the Siege of Valnheim. Fuck yeah. In fact, let's do a raid for tonight. Jane's streaming right now. I'll be blunt. I'm jealous of Jane. She makes me feel insecure. Not like intentionally. I'm jealous. Feel free to join the raid tag. Remember to behave yourself while you're in another streamer's chat. If you misbehave, you're representing the community. I'll find out about it. She is on subscribers only, so if you're not subscribed, fix that. Yeah, no, Wilku, you did fucking excellent.
Slightly worse on your